Did you know most of your beliefs are not really your idea? You merely just inherited them, and in some cases you adopted them. This clever movie is a mind game. It challenges the core reasons for religious beliefs, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat while it does it. Heretic is a 2024 American psychological horror film starring Hugh Grant, Sophie Thatcher, and Chloe East, and follows two Mormon missionaries who attempt to convert a reclusive man named Mr. Reed, only to realize he is more dangerous than he seems. Now, I'm not trying to get too deep here, but here's what I'm trying to say. So much of our lives are driven by belief and control. Belief in our parents, belief in politicians, belief in religion, and with belief follows control. And this is one serial killer played by Hugh Grant who understands that formula very well.
As I understand it, stop me when I go wrong.
Okay, on a side note, Hugh Grant was freaking amazing in this film, and all the more terrifying because we're used to seeing him in romantic comedies, and he comes off as an awkward, cute, smart guy. Now take those same characteristics and throw it into a horror film, and you've got pure, unpredictable angst. And now for the pros and cons, starting with cons. Con number 1. The first 45 minutes of this movie is dialogue heavy, but it's not a deal breaker because the dialogue is well written and well performed. Con number 2. Now, in reality, the serial killer would have been caught pretty soon because he did invite the missionaries to come over to his home. The police would know exactly where to start if those girls didn't return. And that's all the cons I have for this movie. The 2 cons I gave were just nitpicking because in the context of a psychological horror, I was deeply intrigued. So let's just move on to the pros now. Pro number 1. The 45 minutes dialogue heavy aspect of this film really sets the tone and keeps you nervously intrigued about what could happen to these 2 female Mormon missionaries. Pro number 2. Hugh Grant's performance was absolutely brilliant and creepy. I didn't even think he was acting. He was that good. I was thinking, does he know that he's acting? He is acting, right? Right? Can someone please confirm? Pro number 3. Hugh Grant's outstanding performance is matched by Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East. Pro number 4. It has 4 jump scares, which is pretty tame for a horror film, and I for one really appreciate that. Pro number 5. There is a very brief cameo from Topher Grace, the guy you may know from That 70s Show. Pro number 6. It's a $10 million indie budget film, and it doesn't feel like it's lacking even though it all technically plays out in the one house. I'm gonna go ahead and rate this movie a 9.5 out of 10 because seriously, Hugh Grant's performance was a knockout. And this movie was not a gory mess or self-serving.
Well, our work here is done.
Now, I'm not a huge fan of horror films, but I definitely recommend this movie. It's brilliant and the subject matter of religion is not particularly insulting for those of you who are religious. It's a fantastic film that gives you pure angst for 111 minutes.